In this video, we will explore how to form and translate the perfect active infinitive in Latin. First, a brief review of the three infinitives that we already know. The present active infinitive is formed by taking the second principal part of the verb. So for our four examples, we have amare, videre, ponere, audire. We translate this as to blank. So in our examples, we have to love, to see, to place, and to hear. The present passive infinitive is formed in the first, second, and fourth conjugations by changing the final re of the present active infinitive to an ri, and in the third conjugation by dropping off the entire short ere and adding I. So in our examples we have amari, videre, poni, and audiri. We translate this as to be blanked. So in our examples we have to be loved, to be seen, to be placed, to be heard. Our perfect passive infinitive is formed by taking the perfect passive participle and adding esse. So in our examples we have amatus esse, visus esse, positus esse, auditus esse. And we translate this as to have been blanked. So our examples are to have been loved, to have been seen, to have been placed, and to have been heard. Okay, let's take a look at a perfect active infinitive now. And before we do that, let's remind ourselves of the four principal parts of this verb: pono, ponere, posui, positum. Think about those four principal parts: pono, ponere, posui, positum. Okay, here's our example. Romani audiunt scaevolam manum in ignem posuisse. So the subject of our sentence is the Romani. Audiunt is the main verb. Scaevolam is the accusative subject of the indirect statement. And posuisse, coming from the verb to place, is our infinitive. So we'll translate this as, the Romans hear, present tense, that Scaevola placed his hand into the fire. What do you notice about the form of this infinitive, posuisse? Which principal part does it come from? What ending does it have? You might notice that it comes from the third principal part of the verb pono, ponere, and that it uses the ending isse. So this is how we're going to form the perfect active infinitive. We take the perfect stem, that is the third principal part minus the I, and then we add isse. So let's look at the examples. For amo, amare, amavi, we'll have amawisse. We translate this as to have loved. It's active because we say loved, and it is in the perfect tense because we use the word have. For video, videre, vidi, we have vidisse, to have seen. And for pono, ponere, posui, as we've seen, we have posuisse, to have placed. And for audio, audire, audivi, we have audivisse, to have heard.